G'day everyone, Connor here from CW's Tech Reviews, back with another video, and today we're doing a review on the Huawei Nova 2i, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, and let's get started. Now the Huawei Nova 2i is actually surprisingly nice to hold. For the price, you're looking at around $380 Australian, which is probably around $280-290 US. Nice aluminium build on the back, and I believe it's Gorilla Glass on the front, but I'm not too sure. But really nice curves all the way around the device, so it's nice and easy to hold. It doesn't get too slippery. Now the fingerprint is in a perfect spot and works really quickly. I'm very happy with it. At the top of the front, you've got 13 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel shooter, and on the back you have a 16 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel shooter. At the top you've got a microphone. On the right hand side you have the volume and power buttons. At the bottom, you've got your speaker, micro USB, and your headphone jack, which I'm happy with. I love the headphone jack. Keep bringing it on, Huawei. So all in all, a really nice device with a really nice display, really nice feel to it, easy to hold, 18:9 aspect ratio, which again is what everyone's starting to do these days. So nice to see they've got it on the low-end devices as well. Overall, it has a nice sturdy feel to the device, but it's not overly rugged or anything like that. Good on you, Huawei. I'm impressed with the display and the design of the Huawei Nova 2i. I was a little bit annoyed with the skin on top of Android when it comes to the Huawei Nova 2i. It just slowed down the device, and it shouldn't be slow. You have the Kirin 659 with 4 gigs of RAM to go with it, so I was expecting more out of the software. After all, similar devices like the Moto G5S Plus have similar or more inferior specs, yet perform better with less lag and less jittery software. I could get through your average session of gaming. I'm not a big gamer, we all know that from my previous reviews, but I could get through some Asphalt 8 and Leo's Fortune, and the device wouldn't really overheat and perform quite well. I was quite happy with it in that regard. And then for Netflix and YouTube and that sort of thing, it was fine. The display is really nice. It's got, like I said earlier, it's got really nice colors in it, and it's really pleasant on the eye and easy to watch. I'm more than happy using this as a media device for watching content. So 95% of the time, it worked fairly well. The other 5% of the time, it became a little bit unbearable. So you have to decide, is 95% pretty good and 5% almost unbearable what you're going to be happy with, bearing in mind your price point. And it's currently running EMUI 5.1, and that's the tweaks that you get with this device. I'm talking tweaks like the floating dock, which is great. I've been on plenty of custom ROMs in the past and I love using it. And it is quite handy just to have a button there on your home screen that you can tap at any time to bring up your dock, just like this. Lock it, love it. I think that's a great little extra, and there's plenty of those within the software. You've got things like motion control, so you can flip to mute your device. Now, are they features or gimmicks? I'd say they're probably somewhere in the middle. A lot of it is gimmicky, but there are some features in there as well. Now we're going to talk about the cameras. This is an interesting little setup from Huawei, and one that I'm fairly impressed with, and I think you will be as well. You've got 4 cameras on this device. That's right, 4. 2 on the front, 13 megapixel, 2 megapixel. On the back, 16 megapixel, 2 megapixel. The shutter is definitely responsive and has no lag. The photos are nice and clear and aren't too overly saturated. I was quite happy with them. Point and shoot works a treat. A little bit blown out in the sky and the highlights a little bit overblown, but everything else seems to work quite well. I'm always expecting the low light photos to diminish a little bit, especially within this price range, and that's what happened with the Huawei Nova 2i. However, I still got some okay photos, but you can see there's plenty of grain in them. But hey, you take a photo at night, you're going to get grain. You know what you're expecting, but you can still see what's happened. You've caught the memory, so it's not too bad. Now, there's plenty of Huawei features like Pro Mode and Sticker Mode and Time-Lapse Mode and Slow Mo. Sticker Mode was pretty cool. I didn't mind playing around with that. Now, video quality is okay. I'm happy with it, but it could be better. There were some issues with it. There was a software update, but the sound quality in the videos is a little bit off. Feeding the big one, Tish. Now the front camera is a little bit less impressive, but again, it's 13 megapixel. And the main feature again is those two cameras so you can take the selfies with the blurred out background. Now you're not going to be happy with that if you're a selfie fan. And here's some examples of how well it does that. Quite impressive. Now beauty mode in the Huawei camera app is overdone. You turn on beauty mode and crank it up a little bit and it just looks terrible. You end up looking like a cartoon character. So I wouldn't recommend it. I think Huawei has some work to do there. Now the battery life was good. Definitely one of the strong points of the Huawei Nova 2i. I was getting 2 days of use out of this. Now most of the time I was using it as my work device, which is a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls, text messaging, that sort of thing. But the days where I did purposefully use it as my media device as well, I still got way more than 1 full day's use out of it. So I think your average user could get 2 days use out of this, no problems whatsoever. Now, would I buy it? Would I recommend it? Yes, I definitely would. Now, this is a better device than the Oppo A73, which I reviewed recently, and you'll find it here. Now, the Oppo A73 I got for $325. The Huawei Nova 2i I got for $388. Is it worth the extra $60? Yes, it is. It's more powerful, the battery lasts longer, software is more customizable, you have more choices. It's definitely worth the price and is a step above the Oppo A73. Now, if you go into JB Hi-Fi and you see it in there for $499, knock them down to $388 because I know they can do it for $388. That's what I got it for. So make sure you go in there, guns blazing, knock them down. All round, you've got a nice display, 18:9 aspect ratio, fairly good software, fairly good performance, fairly good cameras, great battery life. Why wouldn't you get it at that price range? Now, if you're going to compare this to an iPhone X, just go and get the iPhone X if you've got that sort of cash lying around. But if you haven't, if $400 is your budget, this is seriously something to consider. That's it, everyone. The Huawei Nova 2i. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Share this video with all your buddies. And thank you. Come again soon. Catch you later.